ain't ready. People ask to sing. Picking out the news, but someone can't find it when you don't have no shame. But you don't do it. When you do the other, you know what it means, you can. Sure, just listen to it and wind it up, jump it up, wind it up, jump and make you see me, wind it up, jump it up, wind it up. It's a power of blessing, but now I do something this, and I grind it to this, and something about this, you don't know what I do, this, without you wake up, throw away something else, and go down, wind it up, jump it up, wind it up, nobody can touch you now.
Okay, what you just got was a taste, a small taste of what is to come on Saturday, the 24th. That is just 2 days from now.
Yeah, right? That's correct.
Right, and just a taste of legendary echoes, right? Legendary echoes. And so I was saying that, you know, Legendary Echoes is what is going to be happening. Big event, you know, for this weekend. And we just had a small taste of what is to come. We just saw the Web doing, you know, one of the pieces that is going to be performing at the show. And here to talk about Legendary Echoes and what we can expect, what it is all about. Anita Bully, the wife of the late Dr. Alwyn Bully, and Gloria Augustus, who is part of the Alwyn Bully Foundation, right? Okay, so let's begin by talking about Legendary Echoes. You know, what prompted, you know, and you, Anita, to and the Alwyn Bully Foundation to organize such a show?
Well, we wanted to do something to celebrate his birthday, which would have been, if he was alive, it would be on Saturday, the exact date of his birthday. And we thought it would be good to highlight his music. Dominicans know him for the flag, they know him for his plays, but they don't know him for his music. But Alwyn wrote a lot of music. He was a prolific songwriter, and all his plays, whether serious or musicals, had a lot of music in them. So the task was then to select a few of those songs that we could showcase on Saturday night. And of course, we have a wonderful set of musicians and singers, as you just heard. And Cordell is our musical director, and he has pulled together quite a team. And we're rehearsing for the show, so we hope everybody comes out and get a wonderful night of entertainment.
Okay, in case you haven't figured it out, I'm talking to our viewers right now. We are at the Imperial Studios, right? Cornell Phillips Studio on Bath Road. And this is where we'll be coming to you live for the next half hour or so. But before I move to Gloria, Anita, you mentioned that some of the songs that you'll be doing are just a few of the songs that Alwyn wrote. You know, let's talk about give us some examples of the songs that Alwyn wrote.
What I tried to do was to select a few. He has a lot of Creole songs because, as you know, Alwyn was. Stop it a while. Let me stop my phone. Okay, my Barbara.
you know, our second in command. So take it up from where Anita left.
Okay, what I do know is that based on the type of songs that Alwyn has been, that Alwyn wrote, what the show will present is different categories. So you'll get folk songs, there will be Christmas sounds, there will be songs on social issues, and also whenever Alwyn did a play, he loved to have what he called a theme song. So there are theme songs also. So you hear theme songs, Christmas songs, children's songs, folk songs, so a variety, and calypsos. Alwyn also wrote calypso, so we're going to feature calypso that he wrote for Wizard, which is Wine Gina, and also we're going to feature a song which was written for a contest. I think it's a senior song contest, and it came second, One Nation. So there'll be a variety of songs on that night. And some of them you will have to probably shake in your seat or get up, you know, and some of them you will be reflecting. And when you listen to some of the lyrics, I mean, you must say, I mean, this man was a genius. You know, Alwyn is really very good.
You know, I was saying this afternoon. Yes, I was saying this afternoon, right, to someone, earlier this evening, that I knew Alwyn was a songwriter. I know that he had written songs, but I didn't know that he'd written so many songs. You know,
yes.
Right?
And there are some songs you might say, hey, Alwyn not write that now.
Right.
Yeah, and is the mic on?
Yes.
Okay. You have to remember, Alwyn could not play a musical instrument.
Right.
Okay? But he had these songs going in his head all the time. So he would just sleep with there was a tape recorder in his night table, and in the middle of the night he would just wake up, turn on the tape recorder, hum into it, and then he worked with a guitarist or keyboardist, and he worked out the songs with them. So he got the melody, and sometimes he had a melody and the chorus, and then he would just sit down and it just flowed. So he always said he didn't think he was talented. He said it was like receiving a message. Okay, a lot of the stuff that he's written, like the plays, were amazing. I mean, he would just sit and write. He would muddle it out in his head and would just sit down, and when he sat down, he just wrote. And we have some original manuscripts of some of the plays. Very few corrections in there. The only problem with him, they were long. So we had to keep telling him, Alwyn, you need to cut. It's too long. 3 hours is too long for a play. And eventually we would chop it as through rehearsals.
He also wrote poetry, right?
He wrote poetry, he wrote
that figures, short stories, right?
Yes.
So that figures that as a poet, it is not difficult to make the transition
from a poet to songwriting.
You know?
So it made it easier for him.
Okay, but this is a dynamic, fluid situation tonight, right?
Yes.
And that practice is going on.
Yeah.
People are going in and out.
Yes.
Some are coming in, practicing, and then going home.
Yeah.
And we want to capture some of the performance. So I just saw Webb step out of the
so you're going
area.
to
So I'm going to talk
with
to him and come back to you ladies, right?
Okay, great.
So if
no
you have
problem.
a microphone, Anita, we can catch him.
Pass on the mic, pass on the baton.
Yeah, pass it on, man. Well, really good to see you, man, after a long time.
Same here.
Good to see you that you're still strong, you know, in the music, you know, you're still, your love for the music is still there.
The love for the music, it doesn't die.
Bringing forth that talent, you know, whenever the opportunity arises.
The sense that it's a sponge, you just keep training it so it keeps staying alive.
Yeah, great. Yeah, wonderful, man. So tell me about your involvement in the show. I mean,
my involvement in the show is to do 2 renditions, Wine Gina and the One Nation, 2 beautifully crafted songs by Alwyn, and I have not heard them before. And when I got the songs, I was like, Alwyn wrote those songs?
yeah, I can well imagine that. Alwyn said the same thing too.
Yeah, yes. It was an honor to actually start practicing them and actually learning the songs.
Can you tell us a little about the songs? I mean,
One Nation is just about Dominica. It's your beauty. It's actually relating currently to today. And that's the thing about Alwyn. We've done so many plays with Alwyn, and they were like so many years ago, do them now and they relate to today's happenings. And the song One Nation is about Dominica, how beautiful it is, and the struggles we go through. But it's just to unify ourselves, unify each other, live in unity. Unity is always that we're asking for. And right now, even if we have politics, we have our struggles, but once we can live in unity, that's all we need to have a brighter Dominica, to have a peaceful Dominica. And I think, if I'm getting it correctly, Anita, this song is just to unify Dominica. Unity is all we're asking for. It's a beautifully penned song.
And from the enthusiasm with which you're speaking, where I can anticipate performance that will be filled with verve and energy, and
if I do not,
right,
Mr. Bully would roll a little bit. I don't want him to roll too much. I want him to roll with joy.
Yeah.
And it's something that he has always trained us to deliver the best of our ability in theater, in song, and he's been one of my idols, and he's been training me from ever since in theater and also in music. And he has always taught me to put the best foot forward and give it your all, because the person in the audience is looking to get the story.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to be doing on Saturday, to bring that story so you can the audience can actually capture the moments from since the time he did it, even to now.
We're looking forward to seeing you,
Thank you.
at the show. I am looking forward.
Thank you.
Because I'll be there, God willing.
Thank you.
Right, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, if you want to wish to hand
Pass
the
the baton to Gloria,
the mic back to Gloria.
Gloria.
You don't go to
So,
Maxine?
okay, maybe what we can do is take a little bit of the next
Okay,
thing.
all right, no problem.
Then we'll come back.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, all right.
Tell me true.
Okay, rehearsal continues here at Imperial Studios here on Bath Road, and every now and again we'll just pop in there, give you a little taste of what is happening, and then we will talk to the people involved, Anita and Gloria Augustus, and the performers as they come out of the practice session. Are you still with me, Gloria?
Yes.
Or you on to another activity? Because I mean, there's a lot to be done, right?
Okay. I just have one, but I didn't practice. I was there. So that's why I wasn't answering as quick as you because I was off.
Oh, okay.
All right. So when she comes out,
You sure?
okay, as I told you folks, it is a very dynamic fluid situation. So we will, it's not going to be static, stationary sort of interview. We'll be moving around because people are moving around. And so we will be catching them as they come out of their practice session, and both Anita and Gloria, while they're quite willing to do the interview, but they have other things to do here as well. So it's directing and arranging and organizing.
it's flowing.
Yes. So okay, let's talk a bit about why you're doing the show. I mean, I know you want to expose the work of Alwyn, and you want to kind of keep him alive in people's minds, and right now you're introducing new aspects of Alwyn's life and his contribution, to this country, to the Dominican public, and to the world. Yeah, because a lot of people will tell you, as we were talking earlier, and they didn't know.
Yes, that he wrote music.
Right.
Yes,
Okay. And
yes.
so you're bringing that out.
And I think it's important because he created a whole body of work in the 70s. And there's some beautiful songs there. Ophelia had recorded a few from Folk Nativity, and she had also recorded Mama Pa Playway. But other than that, people don't know his music. And the reason she recorded it was she started with her group in Point Michel. and they were looking for something to do at Christmas, and Alwyn sat down and wrote this Christmas musical. And it moved from there, and the songs became so popular that she recorded them, and they're playing everywhere now. Folk Nativity has been done in several islands, and it's been done in churches all throughout the Caribbean. Mm-hmm. And even outside of Christmas, they're singing some of the songs, you know. Mm-hmm. So, and but people don't know it as Alwyn wrote the song. They think it's Ophelia's song. Yeah, that's Ophelia is singing Alwyn's composition. That's right.
Magnificat.
You know? Yes, the Magnificat and Gloria. And what's the other? These are the two main ones, yes, she has on her portfolio, yes.
But do you have, I mean, Dominicans have a chance to see this, and with the social, media and, the various forms of broadcasting, what is going, I understand it's going to be on DBS.
It's going to be on pay-per-view.
Okay, so it's going to reach, the world, so to speak.
We've been circulating the posters, and everybody's saying, can they see it, and so DBS is going to carry it on pay-per-view. Right. So they can see it wherever they are in the world. Alwyn's two kids, Brent did a lot of the artwork for that, but they're not here. He's in Florida and Shadi is working in Jamaica now. So they have the opportunity to still see the show from over there through pay-per-view. And the communities in Canada and the US have been calling for it. So we've been circulating it a lot now, and DBS is doing a good job as well, circulating it, telling people that it will be carried live.
Okay. If it's okay with you ladies, I'm going to take one more break, right?
Okay.
I'm going to break from you, that is. We'll come back to you, but this is going to continue because I want to bring in either Maxine, who's sitting right there, to say a few words, about her involvement, and then Tasha. Tasha is across.
We'll use Tasha first because Tasha going right
okay.
after.
So get her for me.
Okay, come Tasha.
Ready?
It's live. Tasha, is that double camera?
No. That makes it even Okay, if you're not comfortable,
it's okay.
If it's live. Just hold it. Hello.
Tasha, this is what live, TV is all about, right? Live video is all about. It's live. You see, that's the point. It's spontaneous, right? Don't give you a chance to get ready and go and put on your makeup and your nice dandan and so on. Catch you the way you are. But the bottom line is, anytime anyone catches you at any point in time, you're always looking good. So
what? Wow,
you know what I mean?
Well, I appreciate that very
much. So we don't have anything to worry about.
Okay.
But Tasha, how do you feel being part of this, occasion for Alwyn Bully?
Well, what I can say is Alwyn Bully was a friend. So this is not just a song for me or just a normal performance. And the idea of the foundation giving somebody an opportunity to further themselves in the arts alone says so much. And it is an honor and my privilege to be a part of, or to give my contribution in that aspect. And it's the least that I can do, trust me. I am very happy that everybody accepted the challenge. I think it's a challenge because when you have somebody like Alwyn Bully write a song, he needs it to be put out in quality, And trust me, it's my pleasure to have been chosen as part of the crew.
Right.
And I look forward to not disappointing, especially something from Alwyn Bully himself. I absolutely love him and I appreciate this opportunity.
Okay, thank you, Tasha. I was going to talk to you for much longer, but I see they're calling you.
Yes.
Right?
Rehearsal time.
Right? I was told all of you, this is fluid, this is dynamic, so anything can happen at any time.
Anything.
So thank you very much. All the best. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Saturday.
Thank you so much.
Okay then. All right. Listen. Okay. While Maxine is setting up, tell us about the scholarship. I mean that this is being held to to raise funds.
So, in terms of the work of the foundation, we have to continually raise funds so that we can offer scholarships in the arts. Yeah. But we have to raise funds for that, and this would be like short scholarships in Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, or even doing certain workshops and so on here, anything that would promote the arts. Because Alwyn, as you know, wants to see the development in the arts, and he doesn't want it to die. And we're hoping that even when people come to see the show, that they're inspired, because we want that inspiration to continue. Alwyn has inspired a lot of us, and we are a lot of us are products of Alwyn's efforts, and therefore we want that to also continue. So there, if we can raise enough funds, and that's why we want people to come to support, because the more you support, the more we have, and we will probably try to get grants and other things. But then, really, we have to raise the funds so that we can offer the scholarships. So it's not a scholarship, one scholarship. We're hoping that it's something that we can do, but we can only do it if people support the efforts, if people also donate to the effort, to the foundation, so that we are able to do that.
Okay, I noticed that everyone I've spoken to so far speaks of Alwyn as if he were alive in the present. Alwyn is. No, we'll come back to that in a short while, right? But I just want to bring in Maxine, right? And then we'll come back to Anita, right?
Okay,
No problem.
Hand the microphone over to
Maxine?
Okay. Okay, Maxine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
You're sounding like you're on stage. Are you ready?
Ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready. You on if you're ready. You said yes. You sound like you're really ready, man.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, and what are you going to perform? What song?
I'm doing 2 songs. So I'm doing Gloria, which I actually had recorded some years ago. I had recorded a slightly different version. So I'm doing Gloria, and I'm also doing the theme song from Osei and the Masqueraders, which is a film that Alwyn did on the band movie in Coliho. So I'm singing the theme song of that.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you're practicing. Have you practiced already? I mean, before tonight?
Yes, I have.
Okay. How do you feel about your readiness to do justice to the song?
Gloria, I think I am quite ready for, because I recorded it. And because it is such a, as Anita said, this is a song that is a staple in church. It's it's a song that we all know. It's a classic.
Right.
Really, it's a Dominican classic.
And you can expect to get audience feedback on
yes,
that.
Yes. And so I am, Gloria is not new to me. And I'm thinking that will go very well. The theme song for Osei, I did not know before. And so I'm a little more anxious to polish it up.
Right.
But it's a lovely little song. I really like it, and so I'm sure I will enjoy it, and I think the audience will enjoy it as well.
Tell us about your relationship. Well, I use the word relationship loosely, but the sort of interactions that you had with Alwyn, and how he may have influenced you in one way or the other.
Well, I have to revert to calling him Uncle Alwyn, because I guess I probably knew him all my life, really. But I think my first real memories of the impact of himself and Auntie Anita were when I studied in Jamaica, because they were in Jamaica at the time, living in Jamaica at the time, and so they were a sort of a grounding, a Dominica base. I had a few families in Jamaica that I connected with, and they were definitely one of those. And then I would meet other Dominicans there, and it was really interesting and let's say impactful to understand for myself firsthand the way that he was respected in that environment. Because when you come from a small island and you go to Jamaica, you are told that you are a small islander and you are looked at as a small islander.
Yeah, you're reminded all the time.
However, if you are a person of excellence and you're a person of worth, then you ride. I mean, he showed that very clearly, that it was quite possible to ride past that to the extent that you become fully accepted, and people forget that you are a small islander, and so that was something that I noted, that he was respected among he was a man among men in Jamaica. And I subsequently got to see that that was the case, because when I came back and I worked with the OACS and I worked in the cultural industries in the OACS, and I interacted with people from Montserrat, I interacted with people from St. Lucia, from even as far as Trinidad, from Barbados, outside of the OACS even. Alwyn was a person that all of them knew and respected and really looked up to very much. So I think he was, and he is, one of Dominica's treasures. And I'm really happy to see what is happening in terms of maintaining his legacy. And I want to say kudos to Auntie Anita. I think she has been a wonderful wife to him, wonderful partner in everything throughout his life, from what I could see. They were pairs, they were, hand in glove, always working side by side. And in spite of him, his declining health while he was still with us, and since, she has retained and maintained her, continue to honor him, and keep his spirit alive and keep his work alive. And I think that's really important, because in Dominica we tend to sort of lose, we don't document things. And so this, I think, is also an important exercise in documenting his work, because this is something that we've been talking about in the rehearsals, that he's done so much. And even we produced, so I did Gloria at the Arawak as part of Once Upon an Island, and that was not recorded. So many of those things have not been documented. And that's a really important aspect of it as well, is to document these things and to pass them down through the generations and to repopularize them. And also this is something that I believe very much in, that Creole language songs, it is important for us to keep those and for us to learn those, because for me, I can tell you that is how what I know of Creole is from music. It's from looking at the words and singing the songs in church, from learning the words in different environments. And so whenever I get a Creole song, so when Auntie Anita called me and said, Mikel cannot do the show anymore because she has to perform elsewhere, she has to travel, so would you do the theme song of Osei? I said, sure. I didn't know it, and then she says, well, the only thing is a Creole song. I said, that's not a problem. Once I can see the lyrics, I'm fine, because I can make sense of it, and it's a thing that I intentionally do, actually, is to take Creole songs, because I love them. I think I do well with them, and they help to kind of instill the language in me.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Maxine. You just whetted my appetite.
Certainly, I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a wonderful show with all sorts of different, a lot of variety. It's not going to be boring. Different voices, different styles, and yes, I really want to encourage everybody to come out on Saturday evening.
All right, thank you. Okay, so
I want to pick up on something.
Yes,
Maxine said, Jamaica. Yes, Maxine brought up the fact that how Alwyn was respected in Jamaica. There's a little incident which is very funny. I was going up in this elevator in the UNESCO building, which is a high-rise building, and I was talking to his secretary in the elevator, and she said, but Mrs. Bully. So this woman in the elevator turns to me and tells me, you know Alwyn Bully? I said, yes, he's my husband. No, she fussing. Where did you meet him? I said, he's from Dominica. She says, no, Alwyn Bully's not from Dominica. Alwyn Bully's a Jamaican. And when people get accepted in Jamaica, they become Jamaicans. Okay? And I said, Alwyn, guess what happened? Look. You are a Jamaican now. And this was manifested when they were doing some big celebration in Jamaica. And the Prime Minister's office called him one morning, getting ready for work, and said, the Prime Minister, we're inviting you to direct the pageant for Jamaica's independence, whatever celebration it was. So he says, well, I don't have time, I can't do that. No. And he hung up the phone. I said, Alwyn, do you know what an honor it is to be accepted to direct a Jamaican independence celebration? So I said, so he just picked up the phone, he called her back and he said, look, I'm really sorry, I was very busy and abrupt. But I'm traveling, I can't do it, but I can recommend somebody. And he did recommend somebody to do it. That's the acceptance Alwyn had in Jamaica. And he worked profusively with Father Holong and friends. For more than 15 years he worked with Father Holong and friends. And it gave Alwyn the opportunity to let his imagination just take wings. Because Father Holong and friends he's a group that supports the people, how you would call them, the disadvantaged in Jamaica. These are people that are disabled in some form or other. Their family put them out, and this bunch of brothers take them in, they look after them, they bathe them and so. But to raise funds, they put on shows every year and musicals. A lot of Christian kind of musicals. And Alwyn was able to just let his imagination flow because they were performing in the arena. It's how many, 40 feet plus up in the air. So he was able to create some magnificent sets, costumes, full bands, 80 singers, you know, that kind of thing. And they did Moses. And one of the most fabulous things out was the parting of the Red Sea.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And it was amazing. Okay. And he says, Father, we're going to part the Red Sea. So Father tells him, Alwyn, how are we going to part the Red Sea? He said, don't worry, man, it will come. But they had a bunch of engineers and technicians. So he could tell them what he wanted. He could explain to them how he wanted it done. And they would work it out. And the Red Sea actually parted. People bawled in that theater. They could not believe, and the horses came down, and then, you know, everything, and then they were overcome by water again, and the whole works. It was amazing. Okay. So that period in Jamaica really helped him to let his imagination run wild. Okay.
And he said, I'm going to take a little of the rehearsal.
Okay, all right.
Yes. I think they pan in what?
Oh, yeah, pan
harmony, right?
Yes, yes.
And I'm going to take a little of them and we'll come back to wind up with you and Gloria. Okay? All right.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Okay, unfortunately, ladies, every time I move into the rehearsal area, the connection, drops a bit. So we're going to give people the information they need now to help them to get to the show, right? Yes, Gloria, what it is that the public needs to know, you know?
The public needs to know that we are getting ready to entertain them, to give them an excellent show, and therefore they need to come and be part of that and support. And the tickets are available at Bullseye Pharmacy. And we've taken a decision, I think, to keep the price to $75. Some people were balling on here 90, but if you wait and come on the day, it will not be 75, right? So we've taken a decision to keep the price to 75 until Friday, but Saturday, si you espere samedi pour venir, or when you come on the gate, the price will change, okay? So we had said 90 in advance and 100 at the gate, so we'll have to move up to the $90 on Saturday. If so, cut-off time is Friday for the early bird tickets.
75 in advance.
Yes,
that's correct.
It's available where?
At Bullseye Pharmacy. And also for the other people on pay-per-view on dbcradio.net. And persons who are customers doing that know how to go on and pay and
register.
So on, and register.
What's the capacity of the venue?
They can hold, we can hold 400. Okay, comfortably.
Okay.
It's a very big venue. It's a new venue, and it's coming out quite nicely. There are two VIP sections. In the design, it's a little tricky, but we're getting the seating that will suit it, so people can sit and see it, or they can stand. There will be a bar there. They can stand and chat and be by the bar, get drinks.
That's in the VIP.
That's in the VIP. The downstairs section will be all seated, but people covered. So because I know a lot of the older people are concerned of the dew and if it rains, so it is covered as of today. It is covered. So the whole place is covered. The whole seating areas are covered, and there are bars downstairs so people can get drinks, and there's also a food bar where you can get goat water and soups and different types of things.
And in terms of parking, please park all by UB and along the riverbank and so on.
Yes.
Okay, because we know that the road around there is narrow.
Gardens as well, because the gates of the garden stays open by the health center all the way up. Yes, so there is parking. There'll be police to help guide the traffic in that area. So please just follow their instructions and park on the side so traffic can flow. And we may have some dignitaries come in, which will cause a little traffic problem, but that is easily moved. As soon as you drop off the dignitaries, then they will traffic will flow freely again. Yes.
Have you mentioned the what time it starts?
At 8 p.m.
We made allowances for people coming from church because we know sometimes church finish after 7, so we give you time to get to the venue, and we're starting on time because the president will be there. So we're starting at the dot of 8 o'clock.
And the people on pay-per-view, if you are in certain areas and the time is different, please note what's the equivalent of our 8 p.m.
Yes, it's 7 o'clock in the U.S.
Well,
in
it depends on what part of the U.S. Okay? So please take note. So when we say 8, it lasts for Dominic and Eastern Caribbean, but then based on your location, see what is the equivalent. Okay?
Well, is there anything you ladies want to ask?
Come, please come.
Bring your children. It's such a show. I think we need to expose the children to this type of music. All genres of music are important. If you're going to develop a musical career, you have to be able to know what the various genres are and appreciate the various genres for what they are. So even if you're a Buyo artist, you can appreciate some good different types of songs, whether they be in English, in Creole, whether they're Latin, or whatever. You have to learn to appreciate the various genres.
And some of the songs you will be familiar with, and we will encourage you to, move along, sing along, that type of thing.
Well, you can. I think
a night of relaxation,
you can expect that.
Enjoyment, relaxation, yes.
Well, I mean, especially when you find out what that song is. Thank you very much. I want to wish both you, the foundation, all the very best, with the show.
And thank you so much for your continued support.
Well, the least I could do for all of it.
And when I say share the live, so that other people will know.
It's legacy,
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.
So it's Legendary Echoes, a tribute to Alwyn Bully, featuring songs that he wrote. Please come at the factory on Saturday, 23rd. We know that there is youth rally in the morning, but go home, change, and come. 23rd November at 8 p.m. at the factory. The factory is Old Coca-Cola Factory, close to the grammar school, close to the gardens, close to PSU, CSA. We can't go wrong. So Pani D. Alwyn was a good man. Come and support
Only
come
you
and
don't know
support.
where the factory is located if you didn't used to drink Coke, right?
Yes. Very
No, man.
true.
And
Very
also, I
true.
mean, if you went to grammar school, you know where the factory
You know
is.
where the factory
Yeah, the
is.
factory
Yes,
is. Okay, so that's the factory, old Coca-Cola factory. But the tickets are at Bullseye Pharmacy. So
Yes.
please get your tickets. And if you fail to do that, you can also come at the gate. All
Yeah,
right?
the late birds will also get tickets at the gate. There will be a few tickets at the gate.
Okay.
As well. Yeah.
So you're right. So they better not be too late. Eh?
No, don't be too late. Okay. All right.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
And thank you very much, Tim.
Okay, that's my pleasure.
You're
Okay.
welcome.
All right. Then.
All right.
Well, that's it, folks. You know, pre-interview of the legendary Echoes show, which is to be held at the old factory. It's called.
Yes.
The factory in Roseau on the Saturday. So we expect to see you there to pay homage this Saturday to homage to the late great Dr. Alvin Bully. And DNO has been, you know, it has been a pleasure to bring this to you this evening, and we're looking forward to a wonderful show and hoping that many, many people will turn out to support a very worthy cause. Have a very good night. Until the next time.
The contract.